Dan Trachtenberg's 2022 action sci-fi release, Prey, currently holds a 93% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.2 score on IMDb. Needless to say, fans and critics alike loved the latest release in the Predator franchise. The film has earned 2 Critics' Choice nominations, which begs the question, will there be a Prey 2? Find out in today's video. Starting with, Prey was a long time coming. Producer and founder of Davis Entertainment, John Davis, was approached by Trachtenberg and screenwriter Patrick Asen shortly after the release of The Predator in 2018. The duo had been working on a concept that had traveled back to the Predator film franchise's roots since 2016. According to Trachtenberg, Prey was supposed to feature a storyline that captured the essence of what it meant to defeat an opponent that was seemingly stronger but would ultimately be outwitted by a human. Davis liked the duo's plot ideas, and a 5th film in the franchise, originally titled Skulls, was announced shortly thereafter. This was back in late 2019, and we're pretty sure you can guess what happened to the film once 2020 rolled over. Pre-production for films was banned owing to the COVID-19 pandemic, and Trachtenberg was forced to wait it out before resuming work on Skulls. However, he would later claim that the long wait proved to be significantly helpful for his and Asen's creative process. The film was later titled Prey, and the duo decided to incorporate more native elements in the film than before. The film premiered at the San Diego Comic-Con in July of 2022 and was released internationally just about a month later. Coming up, what's the film about? We'll be wary of giving away spoilers for this segment, so rest assured. As we said, Trachtenberg wanted to focus on the roots of the Predator film franchise for Prey. The film features Amber Midthunder in the leading role of Naru. The action sci-fi film is set in the year 1719, and Naru has dared to go against her tribe's tradition of having only female healers and only male hunters. One day, she encounters the Predator's alien ship, but realizes that her tribe won't believe her. She quickly dismisses the thought of something more sinister and chalks it up to being the Thunderbird. Her brother, Tabi, is the tribe's greatest hunter and encourages her to go along with him on a retrieval expedition, where they realize that the threat is much larger than they had initially believed. But the Predator isn't the only threat that's plaguing the Great Plains. French poachers have traveled to the area to seek out bison that the tribe relies on, wanting to kill and skin them for their fur for monetary gain. They see Naru and Tabi as obstacles to their goal and are willing to do anything to get them out of the way. The film's plot differs from the rest of the films in the Predator franchise by 2 things. It's set in a far-off timeline than the first 4 films, and it's the first installment in the series that features a female as the lead. Notwithstanding, Prey is the first feature film to be fully dubbed in Comanche. Moreover, the film has a lot more in common with the first film than anyone thought. Jane Myers, the producer, believes that Prey has a lot more in common with the 1987 release than any of the other films in the franchise. It's pertinent to note that Trachtenberg claimed that his film would travel back to the roots of the franchise, and Myers echoed his statements in an exclusive interview with Radio Times. The film has several differences from the 4 others in the series, a female lead and an 18th century setting. Myers believes that the 2022 release captures the essence of the original film. She stated that the 1987 and 2022 releases shared many similarities because of how it's kind of like a bare-bones, scaled-down, natural, primal, feral type of film. She went on to state that releasing the film straight to streaming wasn't because of budgetary constraints and was actually a tactful move on the franchise's part to keep the movie relevant. The film was released on both Hulu and Disney+. Filming took place 45 minutes outside of Calgary, Alberta, in Canada, at the Stoney Nakoda First Nation territory. Reportedly, 2 smudge carriers conducted a pipe ceremony before production had begun, which was attended by several cast members, including Midthunder and Myers. Then we have explaining the timeline. Trachtenberg's 2022 release comes to us in the form of a prequel set 300 years before the events of the 1987 film, The Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. You might be struggling to find a link between Prey and Predator. You wouldn't be the only one. Let's face it, despite the cast and crew's claims that the film follows in the footsteps of the original, it's hard to see any similarity between Prey and the rest of the movies in the franchise besides the obvious, the aliens. However, Trachtenberg claims he's left quite a lot of Easter eggs scattered throughout the film for avid Predator fans to catch. And no, the concept of the film isn't the only one we're talking about. The first Easter egg would have to be the pistol that Naru picks up during her adventure. The pistol has a name engraved on it, Raphael Adolini. If you think back to Predator 2, you'll remember this name is inscribed on the gun that was handed over to Lieutenant Mike Harrington towards the end of the film. The director went on to claim that that the most difficult part about the film was making sure that it incorporated elements of the other films, but displayed a more primal form of the Predator to establish an accurate canon. We think he did a great job. Moving on, Prey has received great reviews from critics. 20th Century Studios released Prey to a limited audience in July of 2022 at the San Diego Comic-Con before releasing it internationally in August. The film has received stellar reviews from fans and critics alike, with many praising both Trachtenberg's direction and Midthunder's performance. 20th Century Studios claimed that Prey had the most watched premiere across all films and television series on the online streaming service Hulu in the United States and was #1 on the most watched list on Star in the international market. Prey is the highest-rated Predator film to date. The website Consensus on Rotten Tomatoes claims that Prey is a Predator film that's been done right. The website goes on to state that the film had action sequences that boosted the viewer's adrenaline, but didn't compromise on character development for Midthunder's Naru. Now will there be a Prey 2? 20th Century Studios is yet to confirm a potential sequel for Prey. However, back in June of 2022, Trachtenberg had stated that he planned on expanding Prey as the new plotline for the Predator film franchise. Fair to believe that he already has a script for a potential sequel jotted down and is waiting for 20th Century Studios to give him the green light. According to Radio Times, a prequel, should it be announced, would most likely be released sometime in 2024. Fans are choosing to hold on to the hope that 20th Century Studios would update their official Twitter handle any day now, announcing their plans to bring back Naru for another film. There is, however, the possibility of another film serving as a prequel to Prey. The film would probably explore Raphael's character and storyline. Let's talk about why we believe there will be a sequel. We can't conclusively state that there will be a sequel to Trachtenberg's 2022 release. However, a few clues from Prey have us thinking a sequel is on the horizon. What are they? Well, for starters, Naru looks over her tribe toward the end of the film, warning them of the imminent danger of poachers and an even greater threat than any of them could have ever imagined. Just as she's warning everyone in her community, we see more alien ships hovering over the skies, probably looking for the Predator that Naru had encountered in the Great Plains. Spoiler alert, they won't find him. Notwithstanding the fact that most horror, many fans believe Trachtenberg's film has elements of horror in it, often ends with a cliffhanger on purpose. It probably adds more horror, but rarely, if ever, will be followed up with a sequel film. We believe Prey won't enter that category, first of all because the film is more action and sci-fi than it is horror, and also because Trachtenberg is enthusiastic about there being a prequel. The biggest clue for another film, however, comes from the fact that the production house didn't announce 2022 as the Predator franchise's final film. We can only hope subsequent films will build on Trachtenberg's mastery. Lastly, one thing's for sure, if there's another film, Midthunder will be reprising her role as Naru. We'll be celebrating 35 years of Predator films soon. Over the years, there have been 5 films and 5 lead roles. No lead character has ever returned to reprise their roles, and while the films have been announced in succession to one another, the only real link between any of them is, quite obviously, the extraterrestrial life forms. However, we might be seeing Midthunder back on the big screen as Naru. That is, of course, if all goes to plan. The Native American actress and film producer Jane Myers sat down for an interview with Radio Times shortly before Prey was released internationally in August of this year. The host wanted to know if Midthunder would be reprising her role as Naru for subsequent films, and while the actress claimed she enjoyed working on the project, Myers cut her answer to the actual question quite tactfully. We need to give her credit on that one. Myers cut off Midthunder by stating that she believed the next role the actress should audition for should be as a Disney princess. Midthunder laughed at the idea of portraying a princess, but appeared quite excited about the possibility of being one of Disney's leading ladies. The question of whether she would or would not star in subsequent Predator films, however, went unanswered. That's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments down below if you enjoyed Prey as much as we did. Do you think there should be a sequel? What about a prequel? Comment down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.